Hey, welcome back to the shop. So hopefully you guys are up and going, got your coffee ready. It's just going on 6 o'clock in New York AM. I come to the shop at 5 every morning, and what I try to do is from 5 to 6:30 before the first employee shows up, I try to concentrate on just you guys in the videos because that's kind of something that I enjoy doing. And that starts my day out great every day because I read through your comments and I try to answer everybody's comments, and it's wonderful. So, today's topic is something one of you guys brought up in one of your comments, and that was being able to spot a turd and when to tell the customer that it's not worth fixing, or at least not worth taking up your time in the shop to get fixed. Now, hopefully for most of you're backed up, where you've got tons of work. One of the things that we pride ourselves on in the shop is first in, first out. And if it's just here for a service, we can knock a service out probably a little over half hour, 45 minutes. And when you take two guys doing services, you can knock out quite a few machines in a day. Push mowers, are even less. I'm talking like the riders, where you have the oil filters and the fuel filters and the spark plugs. And one of the other things that somebody had commented to me was, why are you replacing spark plugs if the spark plugs are good? So let me answer that one first. So why do we replace the oil filter, fuel filter, and spark plugs on every unit that goes out of here? It's because once you touch that machine, you own it. And what do I mean by that? I mean that when you send that customer's machine home with them or drop it off, if anything happens to it after that, then the tendency is the customer wanting the repair shop to take care of it at their own cost. So if I know it's got fresh oil in the oil filter, I know it's got fresh fuel in the fuel filter, a new one, and I know it's got new spark plugs in it, and everything ran good, it has a better chance of not coming back. And if it does come back, it's going to come back with either, they shredded the belt on the mower deck or the drive. It's going to be something other than what we fixed. And that's okay. Machines break down, and they always break down when the customer needs it the most. So you should be able to push out quite a few units a day, even if you're by yourself. I've watched some of these videos where they have like 40 push mowers lined up, but I'm thinking, if one person got on that, and really got on it and hustled, he could eliminate half of that in a day's time. But they're saying they're backlogged and they're 2 weeks out. I'm looking and saying, how? And actually, that shop had, I think they said, 6 employees. And I'm thinking, how can that be? I can understand when you start saying you got a counter person and that's all that person does is counter and parts. You may have a business person and all they do is pay bills and order the stuff on a daily, weekly basis for your business, depending on how big you are. But for most of us shops, we all wear numerous hats. I am the counter guy. I am the owner. I I am, and I have no problem stepping out into the shop and giving the guys a hand when they need a hand. I know how to do it all. But in a way, that can kind of screw you too, as far as getting too many done, because when customers bring their stuff, they're not seeing much in the yard that is there for repairs. But on the flip side, when a customer comes in and says, or actually most of my customers will call and say, Eric, my mower needs to get in for a service. What are we looking for for a timeline? I said, well, are you getting it here for me today, or do I pick it up? And either way, it'll be ready tomorrow afternoon, unless something terrible is wrong with your machine. And customers like that. Now, I know a lot of you shops out there, and I probably the gal that was talking about how many push mowers she had there, maybe some of those had back orders and they couldn't get the parts yet. And that puts you in a hard place, a tough spot, with explaining to the customer that you can't fix it in a timely fashion. But recognizing a turd, as you guys put it, is we've always told our customers, we will treat your machine as if it were our own. And what does that mean? If I have to explain it to a customer, it is, I will not put $1 more in that machine than I would if it was my own machine. And if there's going to be anything other than the norm for parts and stuff like that, I will call you before we do anything. But a lot of us can recognize when a machine comes in that it's going to cost our customer, your customer, more than what the mower is actually worth. I've got this one gal that, I mean, she loves to keep her yard perfect, and she mows really too close to the ground, but she is continually buying these machines on Facebook and then bring them into us to fix them. And we have to keep telling her, look, it's not worth fixing. To me, what is not worth fixing is when you have a lawnmower, a riding lawnmower, come in that either had a Briggs or a Kohler engine on it, and they've hobcobbed an older engine to it. Let's say it had a 22 horse V Briggs, and they threw in a 12 horse single cylinder Briggs just to pedal it. And she bought it thinking that she got a heck of a deal, because she didn't bother looking underneath the hood. She just looked at the machine and it was a newer model. What she didn't know was they blew the engine up and they threw this 12 or 14 horse Briggs single cylinder on it. It makes it hard for the shop, because most shop owners need to be very adept at parts lookups and how to use the model number to find the parts that they need. Now, if you get a model number or information off that machine and something has been changed on it and it isn't correct, then it's hard to get parts for it, because you don't know what parts to get. I mean, I've seen them come in with different decks than what they were first originally had, and made to order, somebody just getting it by, and the belt sizes being totally different and so forth. So a lot of times you can recognize when that stuff is coming, and you hate to turn away business, but you have to be honest with your customers too. Now, getting back to getting stuff in and out, that's where your money is. But I expect most of you out there are wearing numerous hats. You're not only the owner, you're the guy that does all the billing. You're the guy that does all the repairs. You're the guy that does everything. And it's hard to start working on repairs on equipment when the phone is ringing, and then having to run back out to your desk and scheduling in that mower. Now you keep getting further and further and further behind the 8 ball. If you find that to be the case, one of the other options is either get a family member or hire someone part-time just to handle the phone and scheduling, even if they come in for half a day, because where you make your money is the repairs. And if you don't have time to do the repairs, you're not getting much money into the shop, right? So lastly, what I thought I would cover is safety equipment that is on all equipment, on all lawnmowers, riders, and so forth. One of the things that we as a warranty shop see a lot, and we can't let it leave like that, is when they bypass a seat switch or they bypass a brake pedal switch. All these switches that were put in place, yes, it gives it more stuff to fail, but they put it there for a reason. And that is, if you fall off your lawnmower, the seat switch automatically shuts everything down. If you don't have the brake pedal pushed completely in, that lawnmower won't start. There's, like I say, and we've had a lot of customers over the years say, can you disable that for us? No, we can't. And we can't let it leave this shop knowing that one of those switches has been disabled. Now, if they get it home and they disable it again, that's on them. But what we do here at this shop is we hook everything back up the way it originally came from the manufacturer, because, you know, they don't just randomly put stuff on your lawnmower just to, you know, to screw you over or test you or whatever. They put it on there because somebody has gotten hurt, and an engineer spent time trying to figure out what could we do so that that person does not get hurt, or what can we do so that that younger kid cannot start that lawnmower without being able to press the brake pedal all the way down because they can't reach it. So that's something to think about, and that's something that you might want to put like a policy thing and have it posted that, you know, if we find a safety switch disabled, we will enable it again. And no, we will not disable safety switches for our customers. So on that note, if you find that I bring value and you enjoy our morning talks, sometimes you guys don't see it until the afternoon, but like I said, I start videoing around 5 to 6:30, and I'll try to put together a topic and go with it. Could you please like and subscribe? That'd be greatly appreciated. And keep those comments coming, guys. You know, it makes my day when I wake up in the morning, get a shower, come down to the shop, and the first thing I open up is my YouTube channel to see what's going on with you guys and your comments. Alright, so thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.